You're fine.
This is our Tennessee walking horse, little mare. This is Sassy But Classy. She's a little thing. She's only 14 one hands. You've seen her in some other videos. We recorded this video before, and Eric's mic was off, and so we're going to try to do it again, and kind of let him just talk like what he's doing with her. She was, in the last video, she was a little worked up with, she gets worked up when she gets any sort of speed going, and he does some different things with his breath and the way his body is, like when he's sitting on him, kind of gets kind of passive riding, you know, slowing him down. And so he'll tell you what he's doing.
Yeah, right now I'm just letting her move a little so I can get this saddle tightened up on her. I never like to tighten it all at once. I don't care if they're 15 years old or 3 years old, but just making sure she's comfortable with that. Do a little groundwork here. She's crowding me a little bit there. Good. Trying to keep that nose tipped in towards me. There, like that. There, she stopped though, but so. There we go. Good. Nope, too much. There, good. I'm gonna let her quit right there.
See, her tail's
Just
a
trying
little
to improve just a little bit. See how she pulled my hand right there. So I'm working on shaping this body here, getting that head tipped in, rib cage pushed out. There, just like that. Come on.
Yeah, she's swishing her tail too a little bit.
Yeah, she's not liking me controlling her feet very much, but we'll get past that. There, good.
And this is common for mares. They want to, you really got to kind of prove yourself to them. Now, you don't have to be mean or real harsh on it, but you just have to be real deliberate and consistent. See how it lifts up there? That him lifting up his arm like that will be the cue to disengage your hind end. And that'll translate right into the saddle too.
See, notice when I got on this side, the tail swishing is a lot more. She kind of got more of an attitude about it. I'm going to keep her going. There, she pushed on me.
See, those are all kind of cues you kind of want to watch for.
There. That time she didn't swish her tail. Her body got soft.
And so you released all the pressure.
Good. No. Just wanting to push on me there. Good, right there. Good. If you release at the right time, you can change their thoughts about things.
Yep.
I'm going to grab the bridle here.
He's a sweet little thing. And she'll learn, like in this whole process, that she's got a good deal. She's got a good deal here. You know, there's that she doesn't have to worry about when's the next shoe going to drop, or you know. So She'll figure it out. It's one of those things, you know, you just gotta, it's more time than anything. Yeah, he let her sniff that first.
Open up your mouth.
He's trying to get some buy-in from her. You know, there she is. It's important when you're around their ears that you don't bend their ears and bring them down so much. You don't want to cause any sort of discomfort to them, because then they can associate that with you bridling them. Or when you're haltering them. Just be careful when you're doing that kind of stuff. You don't want to act spooky, but you want to be conscious of what you're doing.
Good.
See, we don't, like Eric doesn't and I don't, we don't cinch these horses up, like cinch them in half the first time. You know, we just, but you usually do it about 3 or 4 times, don't you?
Yeah, at least 3.
Yep.
Yep.
And you got to be conscious of what, now she's not doing anything. She's not, my stallion, when I start cinching him, he'll come back and kind of like, he acts like he's a little bit nervous about it, and he might nibble on me or something. And I'm working through that with him still, and it's kind of a long process. So I think he was probably at some time cross-tied or something, and didn't think he had any say in it. I'm not a fan of cross ties. I don't think Eric is either. You a fan of cross ties?
No, for me, I feel like the horse can never get a release of pressure when they're tied in those.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I think too. I feel they may think like things are just being done to them without any control. You know, you're better off just teaching them. He wants her to stand still. Like, she's walked off before, that's why he's doing this like this. So he's trying to get like her to relax about him climbing in the saddle. See, she's sniffing. That's good.
Yep, she's got to be able to stand here.
I mean, you'll see in our videos, we talk about this all the time, that this is really important, just what we're doing right here. It seems like nothing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it is nothing, but it's a good thing to teach them. You know?
It's a good nothing.
It has to be taught. You know?
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to stand still and talk to your buddy if you're riding with them or whatever.
Or when someone else is getting saddled up, and you know, and it's the other way is dangerous, you know, really.
Yeah. So I always just start by seeing where the horse's mind is, and you see where hers went.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let her commit to it. She's feeling a little. Now I'm gonna bend her around. Let her calm her down. See her head drop? She's licking and chewing.
Yep.
So I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for this. Let her commit. Oh, she's slowing down. Now she's speeding up. Now she's getting a little worse, so I'm going to slow her down here and calm her down. And I just want her to walk.
Yeah, she thinks she should be leaving the country when you give her a cue to move. See how she's raised her head up there?
Wait for her to commit.
Ooh.
These little horses, they can move pretty quick.
Yeah.
Let's see where she's at now.
Oh,
Good.
hear that?
She needed that.
Hear that?
You can tell she's stressed about it because she holds her breath.
Yeah, that's holding her breath.
Now, let her commit, then I bend her around.
See how light his hands are too when he's doing that?
Now I haven't changed direction because we haven't got this side worked out yet. And that's her not paying attention.
Yep.
She's trying to bite my foot.
The tripping. Yep. And this horse came out of pads. I mean, I think they had pads on her. I think I bought her at about 2.
Good. Good girl.
So we're kind of untraining some of the stuff. She didn't what they call make it in pads, you know. So they sold her. I couldn't believe she was in pads already. She was a little tiny thing. Hear all that? Hear her, That is her holding her breath. And then blowing out, that's a good sign. See how she's dropping her head? That's a good sign. When's it not a good sign? When they drop their head?
Well, if she drops her head and then squirts off,
Yeah,
then she's more likely to buck.
yeah,
If they raise their head up, they're more likely to just run off.
yeah. The obligatory poop. That's just them stressing, you know. Horses will do that when you first start working with them. It's something that she's holding their breath, though. You know, you hear that ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh, you know.
Let her commit to it. See, the head went up.
Yeah.
And that tells me she's most likely gonna take off running.
Yep.
Now I'm letting her commit. She's actually calming herself down. See that?
Yeah.
This time she did it on her own.
Yeah. So that's what you meant by letting her commit to it,
Right.
and she didn't really commit to it, and you let her find the solution on her own.
Exactly. Yep. I helped her a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
But see just how committed she is, you know.
Yeah. Now, how did you help her? What did you do to help her? Just
Well, when she went past or got worse, okay, I felt it in her body. Then I would bend her around,
mm-hmm.
slow her down, get her head to drop, and help her relax. But like I said, I did that a couple times, you saw. And then this last time, she figured it out on her own.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change direction here in a minute, and we'll see how that side goes. But you can see she's finally relaxing a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's not worried that she has to run off and to stay out of trouble.
So she's unlearning some stuff, you know.
See, watch her head there. When she thought about it, but then she soothed herself there.
Yeah.
See? Occasionally she thinks about it, but as long as I don't get worked up, she's not going to get any worse.
Yeah.
Good.
Hear her
That's
going,
what we need.
and then she's holding her breath, you know, and then she's blowing out. So she's trying to relax. Hear that?
Bend her around here. She's fighting me a little bit there. I don't pull harder, I just hold. Wait for her to give.
Yep.
This is her on her own. Wait for her to commit to it. If you see right there, she found it on her own again. It's not always about running your horse and going fast, and slow work is most important.
Yeah, because you can get them thinking, right?
Yeah, I'd really like if she would slow down just a little bit more. But for right now, I'm just working on this. And
yep. And so this is how we're trying to get them to, like a lot of times I know I see it in forums and stuff, people who bought a Tennessee Walker and then they're frustrated because it's running through their hands and they got a lot of go, you know, running through their hands, pretty amped up and all this kind of stuff. And that is not really the breed. It's, I mean, they do have a gas pedal, okay? They kind of got the best of both worlds, but that running through your hands and leaving the country, that's a training issue. That's just how they've been trained. They train them to go like a bat out of hell, and then they ramp them back with a big shank bit. And I've heard numerous people in gated horses say that you ride them with your foot on the gas and on the brake, and I just don't agree with that at all.
Good girl.
See how she's blowing out that stress right now. This is what she was doing the last time we did this, and we recorded the whole thing. We didn't have any audio. So, but I thought she'd do it again because she's only had one lesson since then, or that was the lesson. Then there hasn't been any lessons, so I figured she'd do it again. So I'm glad she is, so you can see this.
Good. Relax.
And the whole point about this is to get them to be relaxed. You know, relaxed with going a little faster, relax when they're slowing down, relax when you ask them to do anything.
See how she's pulling on my hand here? I'm just going to wait for her to come off of it. I got my elbow locked and my hand. There, she came off of it.
Yep.
There.
So you don't increase it.
Nope.
It's like a wall. It's like something to bump into, like a stationary
not
object.
when I'm teaching. Now,
yeah.
If she knew what my expectations were, I'd ride her just a little bit different. But
yes.
Right now, I'm teaching her stuff, and so lots of waiting and patience. There, she's pushing on me again. I'm just locking my hand here. There, she came off of it. There, she came off of it.
You're still holding her breath, you know? Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
This is big for her. She just, once she learns to relax with somebody on her back, the rest of it will be really easy.
Yeah. Because right now she doesn't, you know, she thinks, oh no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When the light bulb goes on, she'll go, wow, that was not a big deal.
There she's. Good girl.
And there's a video that I just posted. It's called, I think it's called Fast and Smooth.
I'm going to speed her up here and try to get her a little worked up and then bring her back down.
Mm-hmm.
You can see how her head went straight up as soon as I asked her to go faster. There, she's telling me no. Just gonna turn around and start over. Oh, she's wanting to put up a fight right there in that one spot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bend her around here.
What were you doing then?
Actually, nothing, just wanting her to go a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put a spur or nothing on her, I just squeezed just a little.
Yeah.
But she'll learn to get over it. Good. Good girl. Yeah.
Yeah, she's still holding a lot of stress, you know.
Yep.
It's important.
See, I'm not squeezing at all right there. I was just kissing.
Yeah.
Well, she's going the wrong way here. She doesn't want to go to the left. I don't know if you see what my legs are doing, but I haven't once touched her with the spur.
Yeah.
Good.
You can hear her blown out. Pat Puckett calls this getting them through the tunnel to the light on the other side, you know. So that's what we're trying to do with her.
Good.
And just get her through the tunnel.
Good.
Show her that there's something good on the other side.
Good girl. Good. There. See how her head came down when
Yeah.
she was moving faster?
Yeah.
She's learning what it takes to relax herself. See that response there? We want to try and get rid of that. There, see the head come down while she was moving faster?
Yep. And you're not pulling on her or anything to slow her down.
No, I'm just relaxing.
Yep.
When she starts to relax, then I totally relax and I let her walk it off, so to speak.
Yep.
But I'm going to ask her to go faster. You can tell she's a little mad about it, protesting. As soon as she relaxes that head, there it goes.
You know what, Eric? When she's relaxing like that, she's starting to break up that pace. You know, she was hard pacing.
Yeah.
She's starting to break it up. She's starting to, you know.
Yeah.
Look at her whipping her neck around.
Right now, the way she's acting, so I'm gonna disengage. I'm gonna lift up my left, see, just like we do on the ground there.
Yep.
That's something familiar that she knows. And you can see I'm not pulling hard.
No.
I'm just lifting.
And you do that as like a little bit of like correction kind of thing, right?
Well, that and also just telling her, hey, I do control your feet.
Yeah.
She's swapping ends here a little bit, but so I'm going to keep going until she does it right.
Yeah, see her tail flicking around. It's important
Waiting
to
for
understand
that tail to quit. See, she's there. Good. The tail stopped, so I'm going to stop.
See, and a mare will do that when you put them in with a stallion, you know, out in the pasture. They'll flip their tail up. You know, that stallion, then it's like she's kind of telling you, prove yourself to me, you know.
Yeah, you'd be amazed if the stuff like the tail, and when you release, that's telling them everything.
Yeah.
You got to really see the whole picture, what all is presented to you when when you're asking it to do something for you.
Yep. Like Eric was, when when I first met Eric and he was helping me, well, I was disengaging the horse's hind end, and it was kind of worked up and everything. And he was explaining to me that it's real important to not release the pressure. I mean, if you say to yourself, I'm going to disengage the horse's hind end, and I disengage the horse's hind end and it's still worked up, and I release, I'm teaching the horse that being worked up and doing it like that is what I want. But he would have me, he'd say, no, just keep disengaging their hind end until they do it in a relaxed manner, or a little bit more relaxed, and then release then. And so I started doing that, and it makes a world of difference. That's what he's talking about here, like where he releases is the most important thing.
You got to get them relaxed before you can get them going fast.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're just kind of
they get
scared of the whole thing, you know?
Yeah, they just keep getting worried and fractious and everything. I mean, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not in the video, but how many times she's blowing out and going ooh, 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 and then poof, blowing out the stress. And it wasn't just one time, she just keeps doing it. So she's getting bothered. Fortunately, she's getting bothered and blowing it out and getting some release, and then she's getting herself bothered again.
Good
You know?
girl.
But at least it's not like where she's a ticking time bomb kind of thing. But he is giving her release and letting her know that there's an easy place.
Good. Starting to listen to my legs a little bit. Just put it on there, wait for her to give to it. She's not giving to it. She's turning, but she's not giving to my leg. There, you did. Good. So I never took it off that whole time. Now I'm asking her to stop. Good.
Pretty good.
Try and work on this. There we go. Good. Starting the turnaround right here. Yep. Tip her nose just a little bit. Too much there. Left leg. Drop my left seat bone. There.
So you open the door with that foot right
One step at a time.
there.
So it's good to have lots of things to work on, because your horse will get bored and irritated if you do the same stuff all the time.
Yeah, over and over again.
Try this again here. See, there we go.
So you just tip her head just a little bit, so you give her the idea of what you want to do.
Yep.
And then he's putting, he's going to the right, so he's putting his left leg on.
Do left here in a second. She's thinking that way already, so it should be easy for her. Drop all my weight over here. I don't know if you can see how that saddle drops down. Tip that nose. I got my leg on barely. Instead of pushing harder, I just click. So we'll try that again.
We got one of the guys rolling in here on a skid steer. And see, she's thinking now. You know, this is how you want to get them.
All right, we're going to walk off now. You can already see how much more relaxed she is compared to when we started.
Yeah. Wow.
That's Sassy, and that's what her name is.
Yeah, yeah.
And that'll disappear.
Yeah.
I don't worry about that.
Yep.
once I get her mind and get her to be a partner, that'll all disappear.
Yep.
But this is probably a good time to quit her. She's nice and relaxed.
Yep.
And,
They always quit on a good note.
yep, she's given to the bridle pretty nice. And
That's good. So that's a real-time lesson with her. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.